This is a weekly chart of Marathon Digital Holdings, and Bitcoin is definitely a proxy for the price of Marathon. Now, Bitcoin has been a bad investment for people who bought at the highs of roughly 64,000 20 months ago or so. However, for those who got in at 2009, well, they're probably set for life, as Bitcoin has surged more than 8,000% since December of 2014. To put that in perspective, the S&P 500 has only risen by 108% roughly, and gold has only risen roughly 65%. Nevertheless, you can't ignore Bitcoin is still a risky investment because it's so volatile. However, it has exceeded most people's expectations this past decade. Equally important, Bitcoin has yet to crash to zero, and from my standpoint, it's just getting started. Which brings us to the video of today, Marathon. So before we continue with the analysis, let's quickly look at this article. So Marathon Digital stock has been in a strong free fall in the past 3 months. The sell-off continued this week, even as the price of Bitcoin held quite steadily above 26K. In all, Marathon share price has plunged by more than 55% from its highest point this year. Now, Marathon Digital, one of the biggest Bitcoin mining companies in the world, has come under pressure in the past few months. The stock has dropped even as Bitcoin has held quite well after plunging below 25K last Monday. Marathon has also dropped because of the overall performance of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. After soaring to a high of 32K a few months ago, Bitcoin has slipped to roughly 26,000. It has also formed a death cross, one of the most accurate bearish signs in the market. Marathon Digital and other Bitcoin mining stocks like Argo blockchain and Riot platforms have a close correlation with Bitcoin. In most periods, they tend to move faster than Bitcoin, as we saw earlier this year. It's worth noting, Marathon still holds over 13,000 Bitcoin on its balance sheet and is adding roughly 35 Bitcoin per day due to just its sheer hash rate power. Now, going back to the charts, again, this is the weekly chart, and we can see that price hit a high of roughly $20. Let's just scroll out to the monthly, and we can see how that $20 served as a huge major support resistance band. So that was a great opportunity to take some off the table if you were in from the December lows, in which we saw price move up roughly 400-500%. In the process of moving up, it did form a weekly buyer's level. Here's the formation. You got a rally in price, 3 basic candles and the rally out. And when price came back down, although it hovered around the $9 area, it then shot up to the $20 level where it stopped and then pulled back roughly 100% from the lows to the highs. The question is, with price back at the weekly buyer's level at $8, is it time to go long? Well, you have to time your long entry with Bitcoin. Bitcoin's correlated to the US dollar. US dollar continues to move higher, which means that it's going to put downward pressure on Bitcoin, which means it's going to put downward pressure on Marathon. So if you want to time your entry to go long, it's ideal to look at the US dollar again. At a minimum, look at Bitcoin, as the beta on Marathon compared to Bitcoin is a lot higher. Now, personally, I've had success with Marathon in the past during the last bull market where I brought down at the teens, and saw price go up to $60, $70 before crashing down. I do think that Marathon is going to take out its all-time highs this bull cycle, more than likely going into next year, into the Bitcoin halving. So I think even if you buy now and price continues to go down, it's going to be a winner longer term. Again, if I scroll out to the monthly chart, you can see how price hit roughly $83. So you're looking at a 10 bagger if you were to get in now. And if Bitcoin, and when Bitcoin takes out its all-time highs at roughly 68K. One of the best ways to play Marathon, in my opinion, is through the option markets, which is where you can kind of use some leverage. But you do have time against you playing options. What you can do is you can potentially purchase leap call options going out to say 2024, 2025. And if you want to increase your probabilities of being right, you want to pick closer to the at the money to be correct. What I'm looking at personally is leap options going out to roughly $30. And why the $30 mark? Well, that was where I saw a lot of volume at. So I'm looking for liquidity as well when I'm looking at playing in options. But nevertheless, I do anticipate price continuing to decline, potentially as long as the dollar continues to rise. But I do think even at these levels, it is a great opportunity to buy if you have a longer term horizon. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Please like the video.